Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Early evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know the time. Welcome to Launching with Lisa, the video series that has me launching while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I just wanted to recommend something because I always forget these people, all these people that I like, and then people ask me who I like, and I feel like I'm on the spot, and then I can't remember. So, my menopausal moments are lasting for weeks now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a guy named Hard Bastard. He's on YouTube, and he analyzes news, including the independent media. And what's interesting about him, if we just go and type in Hard Bastard, is that he was involved in a cult for a while, a cult, C-U-L-T. And so therefore, he's now, when he was able to get out of that, I think it might have been a religious one, of some sort, but when he was able to break free of that, I'm going to try to reach for my drink without looking away. That didn't work at all. Anyhow, he now kind of gives advice, or he goes over videos from news and things and explains how they're using propaganda or talking points, like how they use propaganda, because he was in that world and stuff. Weren't we all, really, ladies and gentlemen? Excuse me, which brings me to this. Okay, I consider certain people or things to be stepping stones on my journey in life here. And when I left religion almost, I think 10 years ago almost, that opened my eyes to a lot of things. I've been over this before, but I know some people haven't looked at every one of my stinking videos. Gosh, I can't even speak correctly. So, I'll just give a brief overview. I left religion, and then I was, still heavily, indoctrinated by Fox News. And then I left Fox and just assumed that, like, other corporate media outlets were okay. And then I kind of learned that was not, they're all hideous. They're all corrupt. They're all there to push propaganda on us, ladies and gentlemen, the corporate media. And then from there, my stepping stone would have been Tom Hartman, who I think I'm probably not going to be tuning into Tom anymore. Or I'll just tune in and not run the chat. And the Young Turks, they were a stepping stone. And, these people all helped me along the way, but it's time for me to grow up and, put on my big girl panties. I always thought it was funny. I always called panties underwear my whole life. I've never called them panties. Is that weird? Don't answer that. Okay, so this brings me to the Hard Bastard, because I discovered him a while back when, I left the Young Turks when, I don't know, I started to get a weird vibe about them when they went for Hillary, when they, whenever she won the nom, I would think because they were total progressives or claimed to be, that they might have gone for Jill Stein. But, that's okay, heck. And, though, a lot of people were terrified and everything about Donald Trump, and so there was some mass hysteria going on, and it was okay. I didn't hold that against him too much. But when this Russia thing came out, you know how I am about the Russia thing. That's like it's a litmus test for me now. Anybody pushing the Russian narrative is automatically 86th. I'm sorry. Call me closed-minded, if you will, which would be kind of cute. If they can say alleged Russian dealings or something, that is a little bit better. But some of the things that I'm seeing are just unbelievable. I really, I've never been this much awakened, I think, to the world in which we live, for reasons I just mentioned. Mainstream media brainwashing, indoctrination into religion, and things like that. So, I saw a little bit of the Iraq war build up, but I was going through a divorce then and falling madly in love with Joel after and all that crap. It was so cute the way we dated. Oh my God, I'll tell you that story. Maybe I'll tell you that too. I'll make this long and tell you how Perpetual and I got together, because he chased me really relentlessly. He doesn't ever watch these videos, so I can say whatever I want. It's true. You can ask my friend Mick. Anyhow, where was I? See how I do, ladies and gentlemen? Now I've totally gone blank. Indoctrination. Oh, yeah, I could kind of see that we really shouldn't do the war thing. Then again, at that time, I was into Fox News still. In between falling in love with Joel and all that crap, I settled in and then was turned on to Fox News. Okay. So, and they were, all the mainstream media was totally rooting for that war. So this whole Russia narrative thing, is the first time that my eyes were totally open to the birth of a meme, if you will. And going to the original source and seeing how this was all planned out. And now how it's been totally proven that due to the speed of the transfer of the information from the DNC, from the email thing or whatever that was leaked, there's no way it could have been a hack, period. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? If you want more about this, you can check out, they interviewed Ray McGovern, who's a member of that Intel place. I think I might have linked it below one of my other videos, but you can look up Watching the Hawks. It's on RT, oh my God. And Ray McGovern was interviewed about this very thing, how it, it just couldn't have been. And then, this is just stuff we've known over the years, but getting back to the hard bastard, he was doing some analysis on the Young Turks and how they are, it's so evident now how they are operating. They're using DNC talking points, calling the emails stolen and all of this stuff. It's really crazy how he really can hone in on this stuff and tell you, here's what they're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. But they're acting, there's a lawsuit against Fox News. I don't think it's the main Fox News. I believe it's one of their affiliates. A reporter lied about some things, and absolutely she should be, she should be taken to task or fired or let go, whatever. But the Young Turks are making it sound like that whole thing was the only, I guess, outlet, the only information showing that Seth Rich was the leaker. That's not true. A whole year ago, people were saying that Seth Rich was the leaker. And when I say people, I mean people who investigated it and investigative journalists and things like that. So anyhow, I guess the bottom line of this blather, pardon me once again, is to check into the hard bastard if you so desire. I like him. If your delicate ears can't handle the F word and whatnot, you might not want to. But I think my friend Richard would really like him for a couple of reasons. He says the F word, and Richard enjoys that. He's honest, and he was in that cult and left. So I think, that's always good news for anybody. Getting to perpetual for a minute. Okay, I was having marital problems. I don't remember when I was divorced. I think 2002. I don't know. I was having marital problems in the early 2000s. And Joel always had this crush on me. I knew it. I was a waitress at Mama Bear's. And he just, I don't know. You could tell, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not stupid. So we became super good friends. In fact, my husband and I, clearly before we separated, we tried to fix Joel up with one of our friends. So we even went out together, like kind of one or two times or something. And, he helped me paint my, that cart that used to go behind Joe the Pony. The driving cart, whatever you call it, the hippie cart is what I called it. And, we just, hung out in a friendly way. And at Mama Bear's, I would bum cigarettes off of him and things like that. So, he doesn't even smoke anymore. One thing led to another, and I didn't even tell him I was separated or any of that jazz, but I would ask him questions because I knew that he indeed was also separated for a long time, like a year or two. And, what does that mean? How does it work, with a kid and, little things like this. And finally I, told him, look, we're getting a divorce. Oh, my God, he leapt on me like a wild pony in the night. No, he did not. We decided to go out on a date. And, one thing led to another. And our friendship moved from beyond friendship to a budding romance. I don't know. I'm trying to make it sound more exciting than it was. It was at first. You know how you are. You're all over each other like cheap suits. You're, I love you more than more, and constantly going after it like rabbits and stuff. And, now it's like we're good friends, I'm sure. Well, not really. Of course, I love the man dearly, but we don't, I'm not draped all over him constantly. So there we go. How I met Joel in a very Reader's Digest version, ladies and gentlemen, because it's kind of boring, let's face it. It's the basic story of a waitress meets predator. I'm kidding. Okay, so I think that's all. I'm just here basically to recommend Hard Bastard. I like the name too. And he does this, I think it's called the Hard News Network, HNN, Hard News Network. I like him. I also like this Michael Trim character. He's pretty good. A few things I think he's a little... I'm not sure what to think. Oh, getting back to the Turks, and something that I've had to accept over my life, especially in the last year, is really... This is why, like... I guess leaving the Young Turks didn't break my heart, even though I gave them money every month and everything, which I don't do anymore. I have to get rid of my $10 donation to Wolfpack, though. I'm going to give it to some other deserving creature. I didn't take it as hard as I did leaving other things, because I'm not allowing my heart to get broke. I'm not going to worship a news outlet or, you know, a so-called alternative media outlet. I also have a few issues with Amy Goodman on Democracy Now! These days. Nothing, like, I don't think she's horrendous or something, but there's just a few things that, I don't know. I trust my instincts now more than ever. Some, I guess religious people call it the gift of discernment. I just call it, I don't know, a gut feeling or something. So, and I've been getting some gut feelings over that for a little bit. Nothing, I don't want any Amy Goodman people to get on me wildly. I'm just saying, the real news network out of Baltimore, I think, is more honest, I think. They don't seem to... I don't know how to describe what I'm saying. They don't seem to have any kind of agenda at all. And I think, like, the whole Syrian deal, when there's been on-the-ground reporters over there, Eva Bartlett and Beasley. Somebody with the last name Beasley. Her first name has escaped me, ladies and gentlemen, but you can probably find it. They've been on the ground over there, like, several times each. I think Bartlett was there maybe 5 times. And they knew all along this was not a civil war. There's no such thing as a civil war in Syria. It was really these hideous groups like al-Nusra and Al-Qaeda, all those places that are terrible terrorists, with our backing, really, you know, either by way through our funding to Saudi Arabia and the arms going to them. We were involved with funding this group to overturn this government of Assad. So when I hear civil war, it kind of sets me off a little bit. Not that I would ditch her entirely, because she's head and shoulders better than, you know, CNN or something. Unfortunately, the Young Turks are not. I mean, they are absolutely spewing forth DNC bullshit. Sorry, I swore. They are sticking to this Russian narrative that it's just a given that they hacked. They have not mentioned the intel people that have come out with, you know, the real situation, and that there's no way, and this is due to, as Ray McGovern said, it's due to physics. There's no possible way that the information could have been that swiftly, I guess, downloaded, put on a little drive thing, gathered, if it were a hack. It's just using basic science, I guess. So I get so sick of visiting the Russian narrative, ladies and gentlemen, but it is so dangerous. It's so, so dangerous. And you have all the media just saying this stuff, and then you have a lot of alternative media buying into it. So I've just gotten very selective now as to who I trust. And the Young Turks, I don't trust them. Michael Tracy, the independent reporter, seems to be okay. He's brought out some really good things. In fact, he interviewed Ray McGovern for an hour. I think it was Ray McGovern. No, it was Professor Stephen Cohen, the Russian expert. I encourage you to check that out. And I do like Jimmy Dore, but I really like Jimmy Dore. He's very honest, but he's under that umbrella of TYT, the Young Turks. And so, like Hard Bastard said, he doesn't really have an issue with Jimmy Dore necessarily, but he just wonders why he would stay connected to this propaganda outlet. So, you know, I used to really, really admire them, and they did help me along. But now that I know more, I just can't in all good faith, and I haven't for a long time, you know, tune into them. It's too much time out of my day and all the stuff that I could be spending doing videos for you, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we all want, don't we? Okay, I think that's all. I'm now almost 15 minutes into this. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join together with me and drop your political identity in order to focus on issues so that we can make this world a better place. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Yeah.